Okay, we're on. Greetings, everyone. Good morning. It's 11 o'clock Irish time. And as you probably know or don't know, I'm streaming every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 11 o'clock in the morning Irish time. And then at 5 o'clock in the evening, that's 1700 hours in the evening local time in Ireland / England / this part of the world. So I'm learning the Airbus. This is my first week of doing these streams twice a day. And I'm getting better. There has been some disasters. Yeah, streaming is hard with these airplanes. It's difficult. It's not easy. So yes, now I have to remind myself to stop saying You see, it's a terrible habit of what people do is to... Where are we? A terrible habit of filling in silences. So I have to stop saying that. Bear with me here. I'm just getting the stream set up. I have to set a new intro for during the week. A nice intro. Because that's what happens. So if you're seeing someone, waiting for someone to stream and there's like a 5-minute starting in 10 minutes or whatever, they're getting ready for the stream. You know, I'm getting ready for it now as we speak. So what I'm doing here now is I'm just getting the chat for YouTube. So I hope you're all having a good week so far. And don't forget that Sunday, here, I'm just getting the stream set up. Sunday evening, of course, at 2100 hours, I'll be streaming with Colonel Clink for some crazy madness. I know it's usually crazy, and I know it's usually a bit madness going on here, but Sundays is especially, I don't take anything seriously. And you learn an awful lot of that, doing things like that in flights in the real world. So here we are, we're in Brussels Airport. We're in Brussels. We've got some peeps already. Great. We've got Ron Summerhill. I'm just reading the comments here on YouTube, and I'll get to the other ones at Twitch now. Ron Summerhill, greetings. How are you? Mike on YouTube, great. You're back again today. Good morning to you. Ferta Feet, is it? Good day. You're from Australia, I'm guessing. Future Feet, nice to see you. Copy D as well. We got Copy D and Sling 380. Greetings, welcome to you. And then In-Car as well. Happy Friday to you as well, In-Car. Yeah, so I've got tomorrow off, Saturday off. No, I don't. I've got to work on Saturday. And other things. Doing a lot of work recently. I'm very busy. Monday will be really my off day. That's the only day I get, folks, at the moment, which is not a bad thing. So there's the chat for YouTube. I'm just arranging my windows here. We're in Brussels, and I'll give you some time to catch up. We're on the North European server, as always, if you want to join us. Everyone's welcome. All you don't need to do anything, actually. You just join the North European server and you'll see me in Brussels. You can friend me within the Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I'll accept it. Just be sure it's not Xbox, because I rarely use my Xbox. I do have an Xbox account, but I never really use it at the moment. Not for the moment. So welcome everybody. As you can see, producer buttons is down. There's producer buttons there. So she was helping me with the prep this morning. So all good. So all I've done here, I've learned some things last night. I was up late last night because I was infuriated with certain things. Okay, I know. I know. There we go. I know. Yesterday evening stream was a disaster. See, you just can't seem to. Get it working. Yeah. Anyway, yesterday the racing didn't quite work out for us, did it? No, it did not. So we're in Brussels. Where's my checklist? Yeah, I figured something out, and it was annoying me. Was it Fly Ice? Damn it, I can't remember your name now. Ice Flyer. Someone was telling me. I'm just trying to make the windows a bit bigger here so I can see the chats. There we go. Great. More of you will join as time goes on, I have no doubt. And everything's good. We got good internet, and everything's happy days. So, yeah, I tell you what. Right, let's get up SimBrief here. SimBrief, please. There's SimBrief. So, I think I figured it out, folks, and it's silly. It's Ice Flyer told me this. And numerous other people. So, this is free, right? SimBrief is free, and you can create your flight plans. And they do it like the real world. So I put in my departure and arrival and all that kind of stuff. And it gives you a flight plan from Brussels to wherever you're going to, in this case today, Liverpool. I don't know why it goes over the Lambourne VOR in London. Why wouldn't it go straight? I don't know. Anyway, that's what's produced. And I was complaining How do I get my arrival and departure? It's driving me up the wall. Because people are saying, well, it's in SimBrief. What's wrong with you? It is. But when you load it into the simulator, to the iPad, okay, it doesn't give you the departure. It doesn't include the departure, the SID, and the star, and the arrival. You've got to put it in yourself. I know some of you are just cringing. So here's the departure here. So it doesn't put it in the computer for you in the FMC. Now, in Liverpool, there is no arrival for runway 27 as far as I could ascertain, so I just winged it. But there is, and most of them, arrival departure, and it's put in here. It also puts in the runways that you're taking off and landing on, and it takes into account the weather. See, 27 because the winds are westerly. So hopefully that's fixed my big problem, because it's been a pain in the ass. So you got to put it in manually, and that's what I did. So I looked here at Dent UT7, and it was in the flight management computer. It's in here, and I just go. I'll show you fully one day. I'll do that. I just need to get to do it myself. So then maybe I can do a bit of tutorial work and stuff like that. So anyway, that's like, hopefully this will work. That's what I'm saying. Okay, we are in Brussels. Let's have a look around. This is the fancy Brussels from, I can't remember who they are. I paid a few quid for this one. We're not started up. All I did was put on the batteries and the ground power unit, and I put in my flight plan. So we should all be good. So Brussels is actually very, very fantastic. This is a very detailed airport. It's one of the best. They should all be like this. Now look at all the people. Look at all the peeps walking there. Can you see them? Now I can go through the glass. Look. People walking around, you know, sitting on the chairs, and they move. Now I don't really care about the modelling. It could be, you know, they do look a bit scary. They're a little bit unsettled in their seats there, aren't they? But that doesn't matter, right? And here's the thing. I don't care about the fidelity or anything like that, but here's the thing, right? No one spends any time in here, and I'll tell you what the good thing is, right? When you're in the cockpit and you're sitting here, let's say I'm at this gate here, you know, you're looking at the cockpit window and you can see activity, life is brought to the airport, and I think that's a great idea. I remember saying this years ago at X-Plane. Why don't they just have shadows walking by or anything? And they've done really well, this scenery. It's fantastic. Look at the detail, you know. Now, there's another thing I want to try, and that's traffic. There's a new traffic program out, and I got to try. Oh, those gates look a bit messed up over there. Well, there's some traffic there, but there's a better traffic program. Brussels is a lot more busier than this right now in real world. We're real world weather and live time, folks. But it's a fantastic airport. So let's kick off, shall we? Let's see who's joined now, and we get going. We're 8 minutes into it now. So it's a fantastic scenery. It really is. And hey ho. There we go. Let's say hello to a few more people. On YouTube, I said Ron Summerhill, Mike on YouTube, Eva 5, Clappy D, Sting 380, in car is back with us. Mike on YouTube, heading for home base. I see peeing down, I'm afraid. Yes, it is. It's raining here in Ireland, big style. It's not good weather at all. But this should be live weather. Let me just double check here for you. It looks a bit too good. Yeah, live weather, real time. So it's not going to be good in Liverpool, I have no doubt. Okay. Boom. Over to you. In-car Fenix. Yes, it's the F-E... did I spell it right? F-E-N-I-X. Yes, it's the Fenix. It's the Fenix. Hi, sir. What graphics card are you using? That's from Maverick Hornet. Maverick, I'm actually lucky enough to have a 380 Ti. 3080 Ti, okay? You don't need a 3080 Ti. I got it because I'm streaming. A 2080 Ti is great, you know. 2080 Ti, I get them for fairly cheap now. I know they're bringing. Oh man, they're bringing out the new 40 Ti's, the 4 series and NVIDIA. Yeah, good luck getting your hands on one of those. It took me a year, you know. I don't think I'll need a 4080 Ti or anything like that. You know, you really won't. But I'm using a 3080. Wow, the airport's very impressive, isn't it? In car, it is. This is the Brussels airport that you can buy. I can't remember the people of it, but yeah, I can see the van. Let's hop to the cockpit. You can see the van there while you're waiting here. They actually go in and out. We've missed them. They go in and out these garages and stuff. It's really quite good. It's very heavy. I don't know if it doesn't seem to be heavy in my frame rates here at all. So it's a very good scenery. And we're going to Liverpool as well, which is a custom scenery. and it's going to be very bad weather in Liverpool. I hope my flight plan works out. Who else we got in car? Demetrius Thompson. Random search, says Demetrius. Random search, Demetrius? Do you mean on the channel on YouTube? Well, welcome, Demetrius. Do hit the like button, everybody, by the way. For my efforts. Hit the like button. Big Al's flying. It looks like a load of serial killers. They do. They do. The people inside look like a bit lunatics, in all fairness. There you go. Let's have a look at Twitch. Twitch, we've got... someone new. Scotland Ryanair Max. I call you Ryanair Max. Is that okay? Scotland Ryanair Max? Good morning to you, Scotland Ryanair Max. So I presume you're from Scotland, and you like Ryanair Max aircraft. Ryanair. Good morning to you. Happy days. No worries. Thank you. That's Jesus replied there. No worries. Okay. So let's kick off, shall we? Let's go. Let's get going. Let's go. Get in the air. Okay. Park and brake. I'm going to check all this stuff anyway because sometimes, you know, my actual physical controllers are out of sync. Wipers are off. Yes, they are. Here's the wipers. I'm going to go through the whole motions for people who never flew flights in before. Spoilers are retracted. Yes, these are the spoilers. Get rid of that. They are retracted. Engine masters are off. No, they ain't. You see? That's why I do it. Engine mode selector, is set to normal? Yes, it is. Thrust levers, let's check my thrust levers. I'm using these ones today, right. Climb to tent working. Flex. Full. Back. Reverse. Good. Happy days. Flaps are retracted. Yes, they are. Anti-skid is usually on by default, but why no harm check. There it is. Landing gear is checked down, and it is down on both. Fuel quantity check. Yeah, we're going to do all that now in a minute. Let's just make it easy for ourselves and just go here. I don't want to be running out of fuel. Oh, yeah, right, okay. I don't want to be running out of fuel today. That's not what I'm after. Grand. We're going to have more than the fuel, I hope. Fuel quantity. Okay, battery 1 and 2 on, which I've done. External power is already connected. Strobe lights to auto. Strobe lights to auto. Thank you. ADRS aligned. Yes, they are those. So usually I have these switched on for the nav. APU engine fire test. I can do all this testing your engines and stuff. I'm not particularly interested in doing that because it's a flight simulator. Instruments and display brightness. That's already set. Seatbelt sign on. So everyone is to sit the hell down when they get on. No smoking signs. We leave them on. One. On to 2. Emergency exit signs armed. That's over here. Annunciator lights. They do a test here for the panel, so they all light up. You know. But that's fine. Okay, let's set up our flight plan, which I've already inserted, but no harm. MCDU setup. Init page 1. Okay, we need a flight number. 001 will do. We're not a VATSIM or anything like that. Cost index. I'm going to put in 88. Cruise. Yeah. We go 31,000 feet. For shits and giggles. Around the 0 there. Good. And the temperature's minus 41 degrees up there. Oh God. Flight plan. Flight plan. We have in flight plan, and I've checked the flight plan. That's all good, I hope. RadNav, that's already set in. That's done automatically for departure, ILSs and everything. I got a bing bing there, and that's a big one. That is a big one, folks. A big bing. And I'm sorry the sound didn't go off in the display. That's Mike in YouTube. To First Lieutenant as a member. Mike in YouTube, thank you very much. The more members, the better. That's what keeps things going. And I appreciate that a great deal, Mike in YouTube. And all of the members that are with us already. That's just fantastic news. Thank you so much, Mike in YouTube. You are a hero. A hero. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry the bing bing didn't go up, but hopefully this will be enough for you. Mike, thank you so much. That's great to have you as a member. Happy days. Where was I now? I got so excited there. I got so excited. Damn it! Okay, we'll move this here. Okay, move this here. There we go. Where was I? Oh yeah, RadNav. Init page 2. Init page 3. Okay, so I've got to put in my zero fuel weight, and let's do all our mass and balance. I'll be as quick as I can because I'm getting better at this. Mass and balance. I'm going to horse it along here, and then I'm going to get to the chat. We're going to load the aircraft. There's everything, 147 passengers. Let's load the aircraft. What you can do is you can do instant. I'm going to do it instant. And you see the aircraft move a little bit. So it didn't really. So we've got boarding complete. We've got all our passengers and fuel on board. Now we've got our zero fuel weight and centre of gravity. So 59.2, we'll round it up. 59.2 slash, and for our C of G we have 30.7. 30 point. I know there's some things I'm missing out for those of you who are hardcore, but I'm getting the bare bones here. The fuel planning should come in automatically, so I'll give it a second and it should go into the block. There we go, 2.8. Happy days. Performance. Our V speeds for today, folks. And for the performance, we go out into the main menu and departure performance. This is great the way it's all set up for you. Let's spec load sheet. That's done. Let's refresh the weather. QNH is 1011 here. There's the winds. The temperature's 14. Not very bright. Can you kind of see that? I hope you can. Now calculate. So this you don't have to do all the paperwork anymore to do the calculations. 139, 140, and 142. 139, 140, and 142. 139, 140, and wasn't it 142? Very close together. 140 and 142. Just double checking. 142. I've turned up the brightness in that. You know, it's a little bit dim. Can you see that, folks? Can I turn up the brightness in this? Let's go out to. Let me just retrain the Q and H here. 1011, wasn't it? 1011. Okay. Settings. Surely we can turn up the brightness here somewhere. Display. Brightness. There we go. Oh. Turn up the brightness, please. There we go. That's as far as you can get it. Excellente. That's the performance done. I think almost all of it, is it? No, I want one flaps. I know there's more to the trim here. I'm not too sure how to do that yet. Oh no, I do remember the flex temp stuff. I think departure performance, and it was in here somewhere. What was it called? Down. Here, flaps 1 down 0.1 of the trim. All right, so you go over here. They won't let me change the trim. That's something I'll have to look into. Down 0.1, which is very little. Okay. Back to the computer. Now, do you put that in there, down 0.1, then maybe it changes it. So DN 0.1. D, I'm just guessing N 0.1 in here. Or maybe it's 1 slash. Thank you very much for following Dan Carello. Dane Carello. Thank you very much for following. Delighted to see you. Absolutely delighted to see you. Enjoy the Mantis. We're going to take off now shortly. DN 0.1. I'm just guessing here. Really. That's the wrong one in here. No. Do I put 0.1 in there then? I don't know the format. Is it 1/01? I don't know. Okay, let's not waste more time on that. Or is it flex time? I don't know. This stuff I'll work out later on, but it's not going to kill us for the minute. Great. Happy days climb. Cruise, fine. All managed. Descent, managed. That's fair approach. We'll worry about that later. Okay, excellent. Happy days. Predictive wind shear. We do not have it modelled on this aircraft. Cockpit doors already closed and locked. Barometric reference 1011. Very important. 1011. 1011. Twice and thrice. Where are you? 1011. great. VRDF's already set. MCDU altitude. Okay, so our altitude. We're in Europe, really, so I don't know the transition. I'll make it up. We'll say 5,000 feet. Okay. MCDU speed. Status required. Okay, that's going to be managed. Headings managed. IRS alignment is already checked. EFIS arc 10 miles. Okay, fine. Let's go to the arc and 10 miles. That's just our display here. Flight directors are both on. Let's double check that. 1 on to 2. They're both on. Happy days. Startup procedures. APU master on. Let's put on the APU master. Boom. And start. Come on, now. There we go. On. Let's see what happens. Yesterday that was a little bit APU. You should see the APU starting short momentarily. APU starter is already done. Crew oxygen supply. We'll come back to the APU and see how it's getting on. Crew oxygen supply is on. Passenger isn't modelled. Fuel pumps. We need those for fuel purposes. To pump the fuel into the engines. 1 on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Air conditioning. Let's turn that down because the noise is quite high. Boom. Navigation lights on. Nav lights over here. Boom. We'll put our logos on as well. Once the APU is available, APU bleed. Let's have a look at the APU. There we go. You can hear it kicking off here. Where am I? There I am. There's the APU. Back of the airplane. Auxiliary power unit. You can hear it? The sounds are really good. Aren't they super? Okay, that's good. Let's turn around for the engine starts. I think we need to remove that cone because that'll be sucked right into the engine, isn't it? Wouldn't that be clever to remove the cones? Let's remove the cones. Remove the cones, please. Ground services. Come on. Maybe we should be quicker. Get rid of those damn cones. Madness. One day they'll have it modelled so it's sucked into the engine. And let's... now this is the bit... I always get a little bit nervous doing this. So the APU is running. And it's all good. Now we're going to switch to... Switch the stern power off. Phew. So everything's still on. And put on the APU bleed. APU bleed is here. Boom. So we can start the engines. I should have put the APU bleed on first and then external power, but what is one to do? Okay. Beacon lights on. We're going to backtrack now in a second. Beacon light on. Thank you. Engine mode selected to start. Now, first of all, let's get our backtrack going. Let's get our push back, should I say. Is it light? No, it's here. Push back tug, please. You can see the push back tug coming in here. There he is. And I want you to push me and connect it. There we go. Good dunk. Start. If I can break off, that would help. And take me back. No, not there. Back. Move. It's not really moving along with the two cars. Okay, push back now. Let's start engine number 2. Switching to engine start number 2. Let's have a look starting it up. Oh, we need to stop here. Let's start to turn to the left. Oh god, I hope I'm going the right way. I didn't think about that, did I? No, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. Hey ho! There's someone else with us pushing back as well. They're just floating off the ground only because they haven't got the add-on scenery, I guess. We'll find out who they are. I'm going to hop out now when we start the engines. I'm going to say hello to everyone who's joined us on the North European server. And actually, it's turned out we're going to be right on the yellow brick road. If you don't mind me saying the yellow brick road, it's the yellow line. That'll do. Stop. Stop. And disconnect. Our engine is started up. Excellent, parking brake on. Let's start up engine number 2. There goes the tug crashing into the other Airbus there. Oh, he stopped there. Is he going to hit the top? Is he going to hit the top? Is he going to hit the top of the Airbus? No. Good luck to you there, matey. Well done for not scraping the underbelly of the Airbus. Ha. Okay, engine number 2 start. Boom. On to start. Let's hop outside and have a listen. A fantastic sounds, isn't it? In-car says, I just think it's my Just Sim. Oh, you're talking about who are the airport dev script. Do you know what I can't remember? Is it Just Sim? Can't remember. €13 in-car says at the sim market. Showmoke says, Morning Gripper, I live in Haswell on the Wirral. Any chance you could fly over so that I could see if my house is there? I've still only got X-Plane 11. Ah, okay, what a shame. I don't know if I can find it. It'll kind of interrupt Showmoke. It'll interrupt the flight plan. I would like to do that for you. Flappy D says, driving behind an aircraft, pushing back. That's a year in prison. Yeah, that'll be a year in prison. Engines are started. Let's see who that is. Let's see who's flying along with us. Not too sure about those gates though off in the distance. What's going on there? You know? Let's clutter up. It's Paul Music 88. Paul Music, welcome. I'm guessing there's a red cap. I'm hoping Paul Music is with us and is new to the channel and following along on the North European server. There's red cap. I know a lot of you can't because you're at work. But I will be streaming. I'm hoping to stream the Airbus again this evening at 5 o'clock in the evening. There's in-car as well. He's in the Concorde. I can't afford the King Concorde at the minute. I want to buy all the damn things. So we got a few people with us. Happy days. That's great. Let's put the engine then back to normal mode. So now we've got our engine started. We're going to start shutting down the APU. Start part off. Just going to engines are started. This is what I missed, I think, yesterday. APU bleed off. We don't need the APU anymore. So APU bleed is off. And APU master off. What's the master there? Off. In-car is saying, I did a bit of baggage handling for Qantas yonks ago. They told us not to drive tugs under the 747. You drive parallel. I walk out of the training room. What the deuce? Tugs driving underneath. Interesting. In-car. An interesting job working in the ramp, I would say. Right, that's it. Autopilot confirmed to set. I have that written in myself. Autopilot's all good. Before taxi, transponder is already on standby. The transponder standby. TCAS is on standby. Probe heat on the window shield, the glass windows. That heats up the windows. So if you get a bird strike, they're pliable, they won't crack or break. They're actually stronger, basically. Spoilers are armed, to be armed. There's a spoiler there, the dumpers at the top of the wing when we land. Flaps set to take off. Let's put down 10 flaps, or flaps 1. Anti-ice is required, we don't need it. Auto brake, well, we don't need it at the minute. Auto brake. It keeps hitting off the thing. Auto brake we put on as well. I have a little switch here in my controller. Auto brake, which is here. You'll see that light go up, and that's on to max. Auto brake, nose light to taxi. Lots of lights, things, lots to do. See, they'll be doing this while they're taxiing, by the way, with 2 people. Nose light to taxi. Runway turn off lights on. And park brake is off and weather radar on. Oh, where we've got. I haven't got the radar. I haven't seen it working. Here's the weather radar down here, and that's what it can reach here. Chrono start, takeoff config, start. Okay, so chrono start. So you do this in a split second if you're actually sitting in the seat. Do you know what I mean? Takeoff config. Depress. Let's take off config. And take off memo. Check green. All the stuff there is green. Happy days. Let's taxi, folks, and to the holding point. Now, just for shits and giggles, I'm going to go on the radio and I'm going to ask them to taxi. We should be leaving on a runway 25 right. Let's see if they get it. Let's see if it goes into the flight plan. So, ground surfaces. Process ground. Let's go to ground. Request taxi depart west. Okay, that's very simplified. Taxi short runway 25. Oh, there. 25 right. Taxi on short. Runway 25B. Yeah. Oh, God, look at all that. See, I'm in Brussels here. So, I don't. I'm not doing that. That's too much. But I have a plan. It'll work. Okay, let's move forward now and taxi. Come on. Come on. Brakes on. A little bit of power. There we go. And we're moving. Good. Good, good, good. I'm pleased. So off you go, folks. Let's have a look at the comments there. Show Moke says Haswell is underneath the approach to Liverpool using the eastern approach on runway 09. Ah, okay. Well, when we land, okay, I'll pop out and I'll have a look, okay? When after I've landed, remind me there, show Smoke, though, when the time comes. Put in a comment. Put in some asterisks if you have to, you know, in your comment, just to pay attention, because it's liable to forget because there's so much stuff going on. There's an aircraft coming into land there. This is great. Here it comes, look. Oh, there's two! How cool is that? I'm going to talk about this new traffic program out. We've got activity now, because I was actually going to start complaining, but there's no activity. And they have liveries, some of them. You know? That's really cool. There's one coming straight for me. That's nerve-wracking. You know. There's a guy there. He's just landed. Very nice. Very nice. The sky is making everybody nervous. You know. Maybe there's a runway over the other side. Okay, let's keep going. I would say taxi. I know I keep saying this over and over. It's going to be a big challenge for me to get that right on VATSIM. But they say go to small regional airports. Don't go to complicated airports. That's what I'm aiming up to. You know, doing a bit of VATSIM, folks. You know. When that will happen, I don't know. I really don't know. So I can't read any signs here. You need to study the plates. I wonder, do they have tablets now to actually GPS them to the gate? You know, when they land. Do they have any fancy tablets or anything like that? I don't know. Because it could be a problem. It really could. Okay, I'm just concentrating on keeping at the center of the taxiway line here. Two-5 right, Bravo 1. Okay, I'm going to hold here. Now normally you keep going, I would imagine. So I'm going to hold here, put in the parking brake, and as we're rolling, the following happens with two pilots. Nose light would come off to take off. Where is it? Up here. See, it takes me along, you know. That's takeoff. Landing light would come on. TCAS would come on and the transponder would come on. TCAS, transponder, and auto brake and takeoff config. Okay, we've already done that, and then we just line up. That's all you do is you're lining up. Let's move the checklist over here and take the parking brake off, and let's line up and rock and roll. Okay, so while we're lining up, I'm going to say the transition altitude is 5,000 feet, okay? So I'm just going to say 5,000 feet to transition. As I climb, the minute I get off the ground, positive rate gear up. Set climb to tent. Set the power to tent to climb. Accelerate. And take the flaps up. And activate the autopilot. You know? Come on, move on. Move on there. Come on, let's go. It's a big slow cow. Now, I gotta be careful here, because when I'm taxiing, there's a lot of momentum in the new engine for Microsoft Flight Sim. There's a lot of momentum. So when I have full rudder here, it just keeps going. It's going to go to the left, so I'm going to have to catch that in time. So I'm going to straighten the rudder pedals out about... No, that's okay. Maybe I was going too fast. Here. Yeah, there we go. Happy days. Okay, we got flaps, we got stuff. Let's go. Okay, set to full power set. I don't hear the engines. There we go. It takes a while for them to wind up, a long time. I'm hoping that's more realistic. Watching my speeds. 80 knots, 100 knots. Even on the center line gripper. 120 knots now. V1, rotate, 15 degrees. Always goes to the left for some reason. 15 degrees please, positive rate, gear up. Here should be coming up. Follow the flight director. Take a right turn. Gears up. No lights. Let's activate the autopilot. Autopilot on, auto throttle is on. Feet on the ground. Hands off the stick. Flaps are on 230. 200. I'm getting ready to take the flaps up now. Okay, let's take the flaps up. Flaps up. If I do too soon, it'll mess up the autopilot. Flaps are up. We're climbing. And all good. We're coming up to 5,000 feet. At which point I'm going to turn. We're going to climb up. Let's say we're asked to climb up to 10,000 feet now. So we passed 5,000. We're cleared to 10,000 now. We can go to standard. So if we're cleared above the transition altitude, you pull to standard. Unless they've changed that. Now we're on standard. Passing up to flight levels now. Happy days. Let's get the checklist out. Oh! Oh, that was close. I forgot to set it to 10 to climb. Oh, then I would have busted altitude and all hell would have broken loose. I would have busted airspeeds and everything. See, it's like a stack of dominoes. Things can go wrong things can go wrong very quickly. Now, after takeoff, gears retraction, flaps are up. Let's just put our eyes on the flaps here. Yeah. Spoilers disarm. Disarming spoilers. Thrust is set to climb, which I just did in the nick of time. Autopilot is on, nose side off. Ah! Nose side off, runway lights off. Oh, in the real thing, it would take a second to do. Runway lights off. Bloody hell. That sounds like 10,000 feet to me. Let's continue up to 31. Here to 31,000 feet, we'll say. And I've messed that up. Don't worry, I can fix that. Manage mode, please. Thank you. Manage mode is now set. And now we're past 10,000 feet. We can accelerate. Anti-ice is required. No clouds here. No anti-ice needed. Set your belt signs off, so everyone can get off their seats and go to the toilet. Is FS Realistic playing? Yes, it is. Good. And we're out. We're off. So it's busy. At least I got it right this time. I got it right. Nothing bad happened. It's very clear here in Brussels. You know, what's going on. I hope you approve of my EasyJet livery. There we go. I'm just trying to get a view here for you. I can't make up my mind. It's what's happening. There we go. Excellent. Right. In-car says, strange, not seeing your gripper. I think I'm showing up on your view, though. No big deal. It'll pop in-car. White toga. What should I do? Fun. Welcome, by the way, first of all. Fun AT-Web. White toga? Educate me. I'm learning too. So I should have... So... I don't know yet how to use Flex MCT, what that's for. I have to look that up. Okay. I think the Flex is used for managed... You don't use full power and takeoff. And you got to set that into the FMC. Because what's the point of using all the power? Because you've got more power than you need in the engines. Takeoff go around, it's just full power. So Flex, this here is for taking off without full power because you don't need it. That's what I'm thinking. So I need to learn about that, and that's why I went toga. Lack of knowledge, but I won't. That's temporary. So that kind of stuff I'm going to add to my knowledge. Once, if I get a few flights, I think I got the flight plan sorted out now. I think I have, because I thought SimBrief loaded in the departures and the arrivals. And people were telling me it's in SimBrief. It is, but you actually have to physically put it in yourself in the FMC. It doesn't load automatically, and I think I've learned that. So I'll do the full thing maybe when I'm confident with this. I'll show you from absolute zero to flight planning. I'll do, and we'll see what happens there. So between 340 knots, we're still climbing past 15,000 feet, up to 30,000 feet. We have a distance of 295 miles to go to Liverpool. So we'll start descending around about 100. Let me just do the rough calculations here for the calculator out here. So if we're at 31,000 feet, multiply that by 3, which is 93, and add 10. 103, I need to start descending at 103 kilometers out. That's a rough guesstimate there. So I expect Mr. Airplane here to start descending at about 105, 103 nautical miles out. Stop pitting the thing, Shane. Good, let's get some eye candy and let's have a look at the comments. I'm going to take off my camera just temporarily. There's another airport down there, look at that. We're going to talk about that chap there. Where are you? Show smoke. I'm going to talk about what scenery I saw and how it works actually. So let me just get rid of my camera. Now the danger, I'm going to go outside and show a view. The danger is if something happens. Look, some of the flight simulator. In the past, I'll just get rid of my face temporarily. In the past, I've come out here. And I'm chatting away, and the autopilot disconnects for some reason. You know, and then panic broke loose. It was panic. So, with the scenery, okay. Show smoke. You know what? You're in for a treat. First of all, there's good news. Show smoke. When you get Microsoft Flight Sim, right? You don't need a fancy 3080 Ti. You don't need. I mean, I just sold my 2080 to someone who had a 1080, and they were saying I don't really need it, Shane. I don't need it. Represent. It's my real name. I don't need it, you know. But fuck it, I have the money. Oh. Excuse my French. So you don't. What I'm saying is you don't need a 1080 is great. They're cheapest chips now. You get a 2080 for cheapest chips as well. So anyway, you're in for a treat. You don't need, like the old days, a real fast mother of a graphics card. But you're in for a treat. Now, how the houses work. They do, see, they won't show your actual house. You'll see a kind of generated house where your house should be. But when you zoom out, you'll see the garden around it, the road, your local roads, the fields. Everything is taken from the atmosphere, from satellite. It's all satellite imagery. So you will see a house that looks like your house in some kind of a way. But you're in for a treat. You really are. Cheddar Key says, normally Flex is used on 99% of flights. Better for engine maintenance. Okay, there's another thing I've learned. Flex. I'm going to write that down in my notes. And I'm going to look it up at YouTube tonight. Where is my... I'm just writing down my paper here. Flex. Take off. Use Flex. Bear with me here. Use Flex. Use X. Okay. So I look that up. Thank you for that, Cheddar Key. Inkar says, I'm still going with a 980 Ti at moderate settings. You see, there you go, folks. You know, you don't need a monster graphics card. And you know, I had initially in car, I had one of those, a 980 Ti or something like that, and it was brilliant. The only reason I got a fancy card is because I'm streaming, and I just thought, well, I'm going to be doing this a lot, so you know. Oh great, Inkar can see us now. Paul, Dan, what's your heading gripper? My heading is 284. Give me the exact heading here. At 284, I'm looking up here. Okay, any lights to come on or off? Let's have a look at the plan checklist. Barometric pressure is already set. Standard. We've landing lights should be off by now. They are. In fact, they should be retracted. This is causing drag now. Anti-ice required to seatbelt sign off. No, that was all. Cruise, check ECAM, check weather, check approach, all that kind of stuff. We'll get to that more shortly. There's some weather. We're coming into bad weather here because it is bad weather in this part of the world. It certainly is where I am in Wexford in Ireland. Crossing the sea, folks. There is Europe behind us. And there's England ahead of us. And then there's another part of Europe past England. Oh, I'm sorry, I won't get involved in all that nonsense. So we're leaving mainland Europe is the correct term, isn't it? First time chat from Itty2728. Welcome, by the way, Itty. And they say, I have to admit that my trolley weighs 30 kilograms, but no one has checked it. This is what the steward heard from the cabin. Nick Merritt on YouTube says, which platform gets more views generally? Do you know what? I haven't looked. Today I'm getting less from Twitch, I think. Well, less comments. It doesn't tell me how many viewers I have on Twitch. It tells me I have 35 in total. Okay, I'll tell you now. 35 in total, so YouTube tells me exactly who's watching. I got 22 watching, so mostly it's all YouTube, actually. Today. I stream on both. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. I just don't know. I mean, I pay for it. I believe YouTube and Twitch have a deal. That's what I last heard. And I do have to pay for that every year. It's a couple £100 to stream on Twitch and on YouTube. Gripper Sim, did you install X-Plane 11 before installing Microsoft Flight Simulator? That's some slow mug. Yes. X-Plane 11 was my channel initially. If you look at my YouTube videos, you see the very first video I made. Well, actually, the second was, yeah, the first X-Plane video I ever made was the X-Plane 11. And if you look back at my videos, sort by date, you'll see how basic they were. I was shitting my pants, quite frankly, by putting myself out there on YouTube. And I started badly. I think I've improved a little bit. I mean, I'm doing streaming now a lot more often this winter. I'm starting badly again, you know, because I don't know how to fly the Airbus. Well, I know a lot more now than I did at the beginning of the week. A bit more. X-Plane 11 is still great, you know, but it just doesn't have the graphics. It doesn't have that wow factor. They got a bit lax, I think. Now, in all fairness to the team that makes X-Plane 11, there's a small crew there, and they are very genius. Austin is a genius, the head guy who made it first. He's absolutely incredible. He's a lovely guy, it looks like to me as well. I'd have to have a bit of crack with him. But anyway, besides that, X-Plane 11 is very good. It'll be on top again one day, wait till you see. He's not going anywhere, he's too clever for that. James Moss says, hi, lurking as usual while I'm working. YouTube for me, as I'm in there most of the time. Great. Welcome, James Moss. Welcome to the madness. Show Smoke. The thing is, I have a lot of Orbex add-ons for my X-Plane 11. Oh yeah, tell me about it. Drove me up the wall. All these add-ons. It's X-Plane 11, or probably X-Plane 12 now. It's all about the add-ons. Flight Simulator is all about the add-ons. Now, I have to say, Microsoft have taken a lot of that out. You don't need all the add-ons, because you still get the same graphics. Now we're approaching the coast of England here now. Now, while I'm up here, folks, I'll just read the last few comments. But X-Plane 11 is very good. I'd stick to 11 for the moment, you know. I wouldn't go to 12. I hear problems with the Airbus. They're using the old standard flight computer. Sling 380, Microsoft runs fine on a GTX 1650. I was about to buy the 3000 series card when the price went crazy. Yes, it did. And now waiting for the 4000 series. The new cards will give a big bump, apparently. Yes, I'm sure they will. I've no doubt. It took me a year to get my card, and they put up the price, so I got out of the queue. It was just a nightmare. Lion King says, Gripper Sim, everyone else is in the room, can see it. Everyone but you. See what? Everyone else in the room can see it. What does that mean, Lion King? What is this witchery you speak of? In car, yeah, I'll buy a new PC after the 4 series comes out. Good. Explain yourself, Lion King. Explain that comment, please. Okay, let's set the altitude down. I'm just going to set it for 10 for the moment. Okay, so just read my cruise checklist here. Let's get ready for approach. FS Realistic is for Nick. FS Realistic is for the sound. I get the descent. I'll get ready for my descent first, and I'm going to show you. Okay. Right. Let us go to performance. QH, I'm going to get my phone out for this one. Oh, yes. Bits of paper everywhere. QH is the same. It's exactly the same. One. No, it's not. Damn it. Tapping your iPhone is difficult. Difficult QH is 909. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Very low. Let me double check that. Would it make sense though? No. That's a bit too low. 1, 2, 3. No, that can't be right. That was right the first time. Temperature is 13 degrees. Oh my god. 13 degrees. Wind is 170 at 14. Oh, the transition is 5,000 feet. Let's take it down to 5,000 in any case. Okay. For the radio, I'm going to set 200 feet. That's all in. Good. Next phase is the go round. Okay, good. Question is, when do I activate the approach phase? I don't know. Not exactly. I know the answer you'll say when you're approaching, but what does that mean? QNH temperature difference, fine. Transition altitude minimum, landing, fig, fine. Descent is you, sequence sign. Okay, that's for the descent. And we're all set to go then. That's all we have to do for the moment, except for RadNav, which I'm going to confirm we've got the right frequency for Liverpool. Let's check that. Boom. 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 Frequency is 11175 and 266. The approach course. 11175. 11175 is all set in, and the course is already set. And one more thing here I want to see. There's all the radios. Just read the plates there. Are 2,000 feet we want to be at before we intercept the ILS. That's fine. Happy days. So we're all ready. 167 miles to go. Plenty of cruising time to go. Let's have a look outside. Boom. Now that looks a bit more interesting. There's London. There's the Thames. That is the Thames, folks. I'll leave it there for you so you can get a better view there. I'll come out a little bit. We're going over the Lambourne Via War, which is just in Stapleford. Great. Back to the comments. Yeah, FS Realistic. FS Realistic, here we go. It's one of the best add-ons, I feel, okay? So, this is, if I can switch it off here now. So, basically with FS Realistic, you've got all the noises, all the sounds. You've got people screaming even. If you're going to throw the aircraft around, you've got all the noises you would expect from an aircraft. It's much more involved in the flight sim. It just brings that little extra to it. As I said, flight sim's all about the sound. Let's see from outside. Let's see if we switch off the master. Not a lot, so it's pretty much, we're not going to get much out here. Let's go into the cockpit and try. Our descent point is coming up, see here? I'm guessing that's our descent point, so I want to descend at that point. I see a little ball coming down here, and we should descend. Let's quickly get some FS Realistic stuff in here so you can see. Okay, let's disable it now. So that's the difference. Now I have to say, one effect I have here is a bit too damn loud, and that's the windshield ambience. Right. There we go. I thought it would have saved that already. I've already done that. But there's a lot of noises here for turbulence. We're not going to get them here, especially when you land the aircraft. It's a no-brainer. I suggest watching YouTube on FS Realistic. It's very good. For example, can we get the cabin ambience up here? You know, you can get them chatting and stuff like that. You can hear the people in the background, toilets flushing, engine vibrations, all the sounds you can possibly think of. So it's very, very good. Very, very good. Okay, so we're looking good. Look at that scenery. That looks pretty impressive. Back to the comments. Freddie Laker 2. That Brussels is amazing scenery. People walking through the terminal as you look at it. Superb. You're very busy. I take it not flying in the real world. No, the weather's turned now in Ireland. It's really, really seasonal. I'm doing other stuff as well. So I'm flying on Saturdays though with students. But it's just, the weather's very bad. And the economy is screwed, as we all know. David Withrow. Just noticed Golf Echo Zulu uniform India. Brilliant. Oh, great. Are you talking about the reg? Let me have a look at the reg here. Look at this way the weather's changed. I just love that. The actual reg on the skin there. Just look. There you go. Pretty cool, eh? Lion King, waiting for the day where we can have an airplane that's so automated that the cockpit is a white room with one big red button that says go. Well, if you've seen the SpaceX flights and Richard Branson's flights with the rockets up to space, it's pretty damn impressive. You know, it really is. We're getting closer to that point there. I just want to make sure we're not going to miss anything. So here's what I'm thinking. I know there's people watching this know more about this than I do. This is our start of descent. Okay? That's the start of descent. Let's see how many miles we are at. 136 miles. So that's making sense to me. Because from there, we'd be about, that's maybe 100. Yeah, that's 100 and that's 80. Yeah, so that makes sense with my simple calculation there. So now that I've set my altitude to descend, I'm hoping that we will descend now. The computer will make us descend on the Fenix. So that's what I'm guessing is what's going to happen. Do you know? Back outside again. Well, it's getting worse now as we go. Let's have a look at here's next. Showmok, my card is an RTX 2080 Ti. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good card. You know? Big Ass Flying, how are you finding the SU-10? Any better frames per second? Yes. Big Al's, I am finding it a lot better. But initially it was awful. And I'll tell you why. It was terrible. It was worse than ever. And that's because I didn't upgrade my NVIDIA drivers. You've got to upgrade your NVIDIA drivers. So that's quite important. So be sure to upgrade your NVIDIA drivers before or after doing update 10. Cheddar Key, passing 10,000 feet is normal. However, it depends on the airline policy. Okay, great. Nick Merritt's, excuse me, FS Realistic is so cool. It is. It's certainly worth a buy. I'll give you that much. Very much so. It's the first. If I was to reinstall everything now, FS Realistic would be the first thing to install. Flush of the toilet and the two-seater is priceless. Yeah, you know. It's reasonably smart though, FS Realistic, because it goes, okay, you're on the Airbus, and it changes all the sounds accordingly, which is very nice. Big Ass Flying, loved your crazy hurricane flight the other day. You cracked me up, mate. Yes. Well, we have to have a bit of crack, don't we? Shits and giggles and all the rest of it. It had to be done. I hope everyone's okay though over there in Florida. No one deserves that. Do you know? No one deserves that. The screamy people on FS Realistic in-car says is always funny. Yeah, I was on the Sunday stream and I was throwing the aircraft around. They were screaming, getting sick. It was absolutely hilarious. It really was. Paul Dunn, V35 coming up, hot behind you. Damn it, I don't have the VF35. It'll only show a single engine prop. Thank you, Paul. Ian Pollard, the latest NVIDIA optimized driver doesn't give better frame rates than Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, well, I got really bad frame rates, and then I said, oh, I better upgrade my NVIDIA driver. I don't know. Maybe it was, I haven't updated for 6 months, probably, more than likely. Big Ass Flying saying, I actually put my drive back one to get the FPS better. I'm running like a 3080 like you. Oh, there we go. There's the F-35 there. Thank you for that. Paul Dunn, welcome by the way, Paul. Welcome to the madness. Don't forget to hit the like button, folks. That really does help. Now, on all fairness to you, 20 of you have hit the like button. And it's only 28 watching. So thank you very much. I wasn't expecting 2 seasons. It's 2 sessions a day, 5 days a week. All Xmas at once in cars as well. It's not 5 days a week, it's more 4. I suppose it is 5, so it's... We should be descending now. Are we? No, almost. I was lucky. So let's see what happens here, folks. So yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times a week. YouTube isn't sharing the videos. Okay? It's not sharing them. So I thought if I stream the shit out of it, I'm trying an experiment. I'm going to stream the shit out of it, learn some stuff, you know, and see what happens. What else can I do? You know? What else can I do? If this doesn't work, I'll go back to making some... I have an idea for incident videos, but it's going to be very hard to make them. Usually for a short 8-minute video it took 3 days, because I'm very fussy with the, you know, the cinematics of it, I guess. But YouTube isn't sharing them at all, you know, like they used to. Okay. Perpetual Mega's with us as well. 21, yes, thank you. So this is all looking good. I'm just nervous. I want to see it descend now. Do I have to activate approach phase now? Or does anyone know? It says activate approach phase. You are flying as much as Ryanair pilot now. There's a guy called Captain Canada. He's great, actually. And he knows everything about everything, because he's been doing it for years. Please descend. And I'd swear he makes more than a captain. There we go. Now, am I going to descend? No. Activate approach phase. I'm going to do it now. Now it's descending. Okay, so I think at the top of climb I have to activate approach phase. I'm going to put a little bit of speed brake out here, because I just saw that. See the little dot there? Let me zoom in here. See this little dot here? That's my I'm going to make up the name for profile dot. So I need to descend with that just here. Right? So I'm too high. And this is my big problem here with flight sim. I am now more drag, because he's telling me more drag, and I've put the drag down. I am now 93 miles out. So I'll put out all the drag I can. Engines are, why are they at 41? Should they not be at idle? Because I need to get down. Should be an indication here telling me how much I'm off, you know. There is a bing bing, and Atlantic TW has followed. Atlantic TW, welcome. Welcome to the madness, Atlantic. Welcome. And by the way, in YouTube, if you become a member, you don't get any adverts at all on the channel. You know, when you watch videos and replays and stuff of the streams, you don't get any ads. And it's the same for Twitch as well. I think it's when you Twitch is when you become, it's not a member, it's a follow. I think at Twitch. You don't get any ads, so there's some benefit to it, and I have put in some benefits there too. So we're in the soup now, folks. We're in the soup, and I'm still too high. Why is the power at 39%? I wonder, should I change the index? Let's go to init and change the cost index to 5. Probably at 5, aren't they? Hopefully that'll take off the power here. I'm guessing, really. Interesting. Interesting. Just going to take off my face for momentarily, folks. So I'll read the comments. Cherokee, activating approach phase causes speed to reduce to minimum clean, approximately 220 knots. To descend faster, select a speed of approximately 280 knots. Select that on the FCDU by the autopilot push button. Big Al flying. Yes, even the way you are now is what I would imagine a Ryanair pilot would be like in the real cockpit. You mean not really knowing what's going on? Guessing? Yeah. I think we're way above. I'm really going to get down here. This is my problem. Getting down. 80 miles to go. You know. The base altitude for our approach is 2,000 feet. So let's get it all the way down to 2,000 feet. Just to get the workload off later when I get there. Let's say where we are in... Oh yeah, we've got a bit to go. Here is Lavograph. So we've got a bit to go to get to Liverpool. There's Liverpool here. We've got a little bit to go. I want to see that dot up here. So I've done something wrong. Let's put it that way. Maybe I should have hit approach phase earlier. Maybe I was going too fast. I don't know. I thought the computer would look after all of it. Really. Let's have a quick look outside. But am I catching up? You know, this is the thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go manual here with the vertical speed. I'm going to burst some eardrums and I'm going to go to 3,000 feet a minute. I'll push that towards me. That will increase descent rate. Let's go to 3.5. I'm guessing now that the rate of descent here... Oh, we're coming back in profile. Look, here's the dot here. Okay, back to managed by the computer. There we go. I've saved the day with a little bit of manual intervention. Happy days. So, what's that beep for? Again, profile, Mr. Computer. No messages there. What was that beep for? Oh, you little bastard. There we go. Excuse my French. I'll get us back on profile. Barely see the ground. Just that those clouds since update 10 are vastly improved. Because it's really, you know, most of the weather's close to the ground, isn't it? Angry Aaron is back with us. Angry Aaron, greetings. Atlantic TW, greetings as well. Redeemed highlighted message. I don't know what that means. What's that mean? I don't know. Cherokee says you got the vertical speed 0. That's the beep. Yeah, I thought I set it to manage mode, and it was at 0. Now we're too low. Why are we too low? Go outside the cockpit, bad things happen, folks. So it's leveling off now, and when we get that top back down, we'll get back on profile. 17,000 feet now. Yeah, it's coming back down now. Okay. So I guess we should demolish mode again. The dot is in the right place. Yep. There we go. That has to be the altitude. Yeah, please get back on track. It should do. So you gotta watch it, you know? Stuart just said checklist, which I should have done before. Actually, FC altitude is set. I've done it already. Seatbelt sign on. Hi everybody. I didn't hear any toilet flushes. I just put on the lights early there. Just for a bit of viewage pleasure. All good. Lair, thank you Lair for saying that. L-A-R-E. Yes, that's what I do. Oh great, you gotta keep an eye, don't you? Atlantic TW sounds displeased on Twitch. What's happening? Explain yourself, Atlantic. Take our left turn now, TNT. On profile, on speed. I think I got that message there. Any messages here? No. Why is it showing the... Let's see, I had it on. Anti-ice detected. Oh, ice detected. Great. We're going to have an adventure. Let's see if we can see any ice, folks. Building up the airframe. Nope. There's our turn. All good. We are now 46 miles out. Let's get the localizer on. Not in range yet. All I have to do when we get onto the ILS is hit approach mode and then land the thing. The wind is 262 at 31 knots. 12,000 feet now. I hope this is going to work out. Is there anything I've missed out? I don't know. I actually don't know. Lara says, ice detected. Great. You didn't turn on the anti-ice. I know. You know, I want to see some ice building up first. I want to see if it's working. It's obviously minimal. No, there's no ice there. If we start to stall, then we worry about this landing ice there. It's a bit dark at the cockpit. The lights are all full on here. Let's put on the old, for some reason, the console floor lights. It's very clever the way Microsoft do it now. It's quite clear now, but if you look outside and the sun is there, you know, you can see a little bit of water there. I don't think you could see it though, but I can see it on the 4K screen at home. It's really brilliant the way they have done the rain. Let's put the ice on now, just for shits and gigs, just to please everybody. Icing, anti-ice. Wing, please. No fault. Oh, okay, it's good. Ice is on, just to please everyone. That message should now go away. Great. Where are we on profile? We're on speed and on profile. 11,000 feet. That looks like our approach. Looks like we'll be coming in. There's the F-27, and then we're going to intercept the ILS all the way down for the runway. Let's have a look at the visibility is like in the weather. I think we can get the top here. I don't think I know so. My flight. Let's scroll along here. Interesting, it says at the top of the screen there, ETA 11:20. So we've got 10 minutes to go. The time is, oh, ETA is the same as the time. That's not right. We're not there yet, folks. I'll have to figure that out. So the weather, we'll get the weather here somewhere. Here we are, arrival. 170, 14 knots, not so bad. 6,000 meters visibility. Light showers of rain, few 1,000 feet scattered, 2,000 feet broken, 3,300 feet. Temperature 13, dew point 12. That makes sense. QNH 09 or 9 or 9er. Good. Takes a while, doesn't it? At 110 knots, at 210 knots. I wonder when we change that with the. I put the cost index to 5. Let's put it to 55 and see what happens. Will that make a change? No. Only in the cruise, I think. Got a fair bit to go and everything's stable. Happy days. Let's change the view. Let's get my face back. There's our friend. let's have a look at the comments. I'll clutter up here so you can see everybody. Oops. Let's have a look at the comments. Lara says, does the Fenix have any ice effects then? Question mark. I haven't ever seen them. Yeah, I haven't either. You know, I didn't see any there at all. Showmog says, looks like you're approaching from the west. Oh well, never mind. Perhaps the next time there's an easterly wind. Yep. Southerly wind. Oh, we can take a bit of tailwind. It must have changed because isn't SimBrief, doesn't it? Oh, I didn't put the camera back. Doesn't SimBrief. Now the weather changes, of course, doesn't it? So we'll take it. We'll take this approach. It'll make things interesting. I think it's 50 knot tailwind you can land with. Let's have a good approach performance and see what that says. I can see the rain streaking by the windshield now. This is something I need to study up on a little bit more again. One way. 7. Flap full. We're going to have flap full. Let's get the spoilers armed. And let's get 6,000 feet now. Damn it, I missed. Oh, transition is 5, isn't it? Let's say we're clear to 5, and if we're clear to 5, we can have the QNH set. This could mess things up on me. Niner. And niner. Set once, set twice, and set thrice. Now come back down to 5,300 feet. Anything else? Got my lights on. Safety belt signs on. Let's make sure my constraints are set, which they haven't been, which they should have been. So, let's zoom in a little bit. 2,000 feet. We've got to be at 2,000 feet by Charlie Foxtrot 27. All the way in. I'm coming down to that now. It's on profile, and I hope to God it's going to match up. We'll see. I don't have to go around. Let's cut for another look outside. That was quite cool. And we got a friend back again here. Let's cancel this on the chat here. Remove. Oh, did someone do that? Cloppy D, thank you very much. Cloppy D, hats off to you. Cloppy D is our esteemed moderator. Thank you, Cloppy D. Big Al Flying says, good old English weather. I guess most pilots flying into England or Ireland airports must be used to never seeing the ground, only clouds. Yes. The weather's always quite poor in Ireland. Let me just say hello to our friend here if I can get the... It's not showing your tag there. I'm sorry about that, the F-35. Whoa, there you go. Nice one. It's never showing your tag. Very displeasing. Okay, we are about to turn, and I'm going to get ready to hit the approach button. Hot altitude through 1,300 feet to go. We want to go below the glide slope. That looks right. Let's zoom in a little bit more here. To 10. And down you go. Wind 214 at 50 at 2,000 feet. Wow. At 3,000 feet, correction. So it's going to be bugger all when we get down to the ground, isn't it? 700 feet to go. 700 odd plus change. Getting my checklist out of the way. 10 miles out, flaps 1. Oh, flaps 1. Okay. Oh, Jesus. I hit the throttle by mistake. That is a big no-no. Flaps 1. Flaps 2. Let's hit the approach mode. Approach mode set. It's going to be a manual landing here. Flaps 3, gear coming down. Here comes the gear. Let's start the recording. We're going to have a look at our landing. So I'm starting the recorder now. Come on, recorder, hurry up. I have no time for this. Come on. There's the recorder. Record. Using flight recorder. And we're recording. Good. Back into the cockpit now. The last few outside for the moment. We're on profile. We've captured the ILS. Here is 3 greens and down. Flaps coming down now to full. Full flaps are set. Feet on the rudder pedals. I'll disconnect when I see the runway. Is that the runway over there? There's the lights. Runway lights in sight. The wind is 34 knots now. You got a slight headwind, which is great. So there you go. It looks like we've selected the right runway. This time, I'm not going to touch the throttles until I hit the reverse thrust, I think, because that messes things up on my approach. Now, the approach is much more difficult with update 10, meaning it's more fluid. I think it's more realistic. I'd be pretty sure it's more realistic. So, here are the lights. I have a button for deactivating the autopilot. Let's see if it works. There's some turbulence, folks. Disconnecting. No, don't disconnect. Autopilot off. I'm going to do nothing now for a bit. For manual, feet on pedals. At 800 feet a minute to do it. We got the pappies. I'm getting too high now. Lowering the nose a tiny bit. Just a tad. Less is more. It's tricky. It's a bit wavy all over the shop, folks. Minimum. It really is. Continue. There we go. Easy now. Drive it all the way in. $50, $40, $30, $20, retard. Oh, what? Oos! Yeah, it's a lot harder than I thought. They're sliding on off the shop. That's hard. It's very hard to land. It's very hard to land, I have to admit. But that makes for good. Does it not make for good flaps up? Does that make for good viewing for the replay, folks? Not a good landing. I got to do some more practicing on the landings of this. It's so delayed when you put inputs, and there's a lot of momentum going on. I find it difficult now. I've never found it difficult to land a flying aircraft ever. You know, I'm going to halt here. And we're going to clean up. Parking brake on. That was an interesting landing. Well, we're going to park up the gate and we're going to look at our landing, folks. We're going to look at that replay. Yeah. Brakes were on maximum. That didn't help, I would say. But anti-skid was on, so let's put the brakes back. Oops. Let's get them off. What else do we need to do? We need to get the lights sorted out. I'm going to leave them on for the replay. Okay, I'm going to leave all the lights. I know I have to switch off all the lights and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to leave them off for the replay because I want to see that. And that's it. Let's taxi into gates. Let's ask the tower to give us parking, please. Liverpool ground. Request taxi to parking. I want gates, but they don't have any gates, I think, in Liverpool. So we want. I'm going to write this down now. I'm going to taxi back. Get used to this. This is the tricky part. Oh, it's quite easy. Taxi to general parking, aviation via taxiway. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Okay, we'll do that then. Let's add a bit of power and taxi in. And then we'll have a look at the replay. No, it just takes a while for it to move off. Parking brake off. There's one of our chops there coming in. I'm going to say hello to you all now. I'm going to tag up. Good, good. The reason I'm leaving... Oh, it's tough. It is tough to taxi. Yeah, I want the man with the sticks there to... your taxi is coming up either. I'll say hello to you now, guys, so we get to the gate. There we go. Oh, it's here. Great. 32 right. Is that what that means? We've not got a guy with the sticks, which saddens me. I would like that, unless you can't see him. Oh, there's a guy there behind the van, or behind the pushback trailer, and they're not doing much at all. You know? He's just standing there. Yeah, he's not giving you any instruction at all. That's very displeasing. Park and brake on. Now, before we go shutting anything down, let's do the replay, folks. Not a good landing. It is quite challenging now that they've changed everything. Lara says, I don't think you can even max brakes in flight. Yeah, initially it didn't go to max, but it was in the end. Cheddar Creek 2 flare. Yeah, it doesn't flare at all. It didn't flare at all. Like, I was like, that's why it was such a hard landing. In the real aircraft, you cannot arm max in flight, only used for eject to takeoff. Okay, thank you, Cheddar Key. So it shouldn't have set it to max, but I had it set to max. Okay, replay time, folks. Let's get the replay out. Stop recording. Replay. Let's pause the replay. Let's get it down a little bit. There we are. And resume replay, and let's get a few shots of our landing, shall we? Let's get to the cam. There we go. You can't see anything really yet. We're going to do 3 views of this. Let me just slow my camera down a little bit. No. Maybe this view here will do. There are the lights. Barely see. It's fantastic on the ground. The fog. It's never been this good, folks. Oh dear. Came a little bit off the centre line there, didn't I? Look. Oh no. See I'm crabbing there? I'm being blown off. No, I was okay. I got it on. I was a little bit too high. Where? Yeah, so I was flaring here, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Oh. House. Oh, smashy. Smash. Smashy, smash, smash. Oh, yes, that was... It doesn't show the reverse thrusters kicking in. Let's have a look at the side, and then we're going to have a standing view as if someone's standing at the ground. So that was interesting. I think you'd have to have the engineers examine the nose wheel there. I really do. It looks fantastic though. There we go. Oos! And it bounced up into the air. And nose wheel. Oh, I was putting back at the stick, I swear to God. I was pulling back at the stick. And it doesn't flare like it used to. I think you get a flare a lot higher. I don't know. I've never flown one. Except for in the simulator. And in the simulator, and I'm talking about the commercial simulators. Now, what I'm trying to do here is to get that touch down. Okay, we're going to position the person standing here. You see what I'm going to do now here in a minute. Views. I'm going to switch off lock view mode, or drone follow mode. I'm going to switch on lock mode, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And then we're going to replay. Switch off. Brilliant. Let's not have that happen. Okay, and then we're going to do replay. Let's go back. There we go. Resuming replay. I haven't figured out a way to zoom in manually here. Here we go. It's quite fast. Oos. Yeah, no wonder it went back up into the air. And on the nose wheel, or all three, I think it was. So interesting, we made it. I think this time I have made a better. Why does it do that? Why do you do this to me, Flight Simulator? When you come out of replay, it just goes crazy. Here's my parking spot. This is all very embarrassing. Is it here? Where was my parking? It's in here. No. Everything was going so well, wasn't it? I'll put it here. My button. Parking brake is set. Interesting. Parking brake is set. So, folks, there we go. Good flight. Let's get the stairs and all that kind of stuff on here. What's going on with you, simulator? You know. All good. Let's go to the tower and request ground services. Let's get fuel supply. Let's get the power supply. Let's get the ramp connection. Let's get the baggage service. Let's get catering. And all the stuff you like to have. And exit the aircraft. And there we are. We're all good. Reset cam. Sorry. There we go. So, yeah, we made it. I think I've got a hang of the flight plans a little bit better than last time. It's all good. And thank you very much, folks, for joining us and standing by. I just say, I'm just going to tag up here and see if we can see our friends that were following us throughout. Where I can recognize some of you may be new. Paul, are you with us? Where are the boys here? There might be some new faces that I don't recognize, but I hope you can see yourselves there at the airport. Camvro, I think you're with us. Paul Mustak, I think you're with us as well. So, folks, thank you very much for joining us on the stream. Thank you very much, Flying Midgey there, and thank you very much, certainly to Atlantic TW. Thank you for following. Dan Carlano, Mike on YouTube followed there 2 hours ago, and there was a someone who was that joined us in the members there. Thank you very much, Mike on YouTube, for becoming a first lieutenant. That was great. Fantastic. So, folks, I'm going to be doing another Airbus at 5 o'clock Irish time in the evening. If you're in this part of the world, I look forward to seeing you. It's a better time, I think, for everyone in this part of the world. But folks, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very, very, very soon. Ciao, ciao.